So just the like words from our conversation yesterday and some.
And so you made some connections?
Yeah. I often work that way. So that's my usual way of like I said yesterday, I like to connect things and like try to look at it as a whole and make some, links that are, of course, it's creating this creating connections. It's also a creation of an idea. So it's I don't know whether that's the useful anyhow, but it was just for my peace of mind, just to put these things, and we can, I don't know, work on this as words and meanings, or maybe we can just have completely different approach, like starting from the project for the video, for example, and how it will look like actually, like maybe making like a storyboard for this project. Yeah, but actually I was thinking that I like to work with words, so as well, and there was a lot of words because we were talking a lot, and a lot of conversation, and there is also a lot of meaning, like we really said a lot.
I will maybe think about if I have, what are the differences now of the words that I am thinking of. So maybe I can also do, but I'm not going to do it now, but I can also do this exercise and write down the words that I remember. And I don't know, for a storyboard, or because I always work like in a more spontaneous or natural way. So it's like when I work also with an editor, then it's always very difficult because I never write things down. So it's more the preparation that I did, because of course I also edit myself, but still. So
I can tell you how I was seeing, I saw the video. I really wanted to, I mean, just the picture that I had in my mind when we were talking with John. It's nothing really specific on or thought through. It's just, an image. Very much like the idea and the link that he made between apocalypse and uncovering. And I also liked that what I said about Dana, that and what we were talking about before about us on and off on the screen, and this error that was, because of your computer or other stuff, was coming back and was like a main, topic in our conversation as well. So it created this space of the screen as well somehow, and visually also. And I like the idea of like two screens, but it doesn't have to be like squares, or I'm thinking now in a graphic way, because the like my poetry and the little graphics that I made, I was showing you before. So I don't know, I maybe think similarly here. Like I really like that you were showing and in, and I was in, and that it was that, and what Dana said, that it felt like we were in the same room. So this is really interesting, because when you see two people like now, it's obvious that we are in two different places, but when it's on and off, then the emptiness, the empty part of the screen creates the feeling that we are in the same space. I mean, like when we were talking about talking, not talking, speaking, not speaking, like silence and not and talking in contradiction, that was really interesting that this lack of an image created a completely different value. It's almost um like when uh, you need to have silence, like we said, to hear someone. But it may be completely like my personal feeling to that these things, these topics that we were talking about are somehow connected and create a wholeness, because I always look for that.
Mm-hmm. But for me, I was also thinking that this, like because one of the words, and also now while explaining, you start with this apocalypse, and then you go to the problem that we had with Zoom, that my computer had with Zoom. I was thinking, because I don't like too much this idea of an apocalypse, although it is, but for me it's also a theme that is not so new. You have lots of films talking about this apocalypse and yeah, science fiction, whatever. And for me, maybe we can also try to see the problem that we have with Zoom as an apocalypse, or that the apocalypse is more the, how do you say, the glitch, the, I don't know. I will maybe try to think about that in this way, how I can also, because I'm trying to visualize it, you know, like trying to see how it can be visualized. Also with this uncovering.
I like the apocalypse in a way that it's like John said, not in a, like, you know, apocalyptic like in science fiction movies and stuff. It's more in a way that it means uncovering, and people not always know that. And like John said as well, I agree with that, that the pandemic in this way, in this context, the pandemic uncovered a lot of things, other problems, tensions, and you know, we can talk about that.
Yeah, I know, but that's also why I wanted to avoid the word of apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a little bit confusing, of course, especially when you see like the realistic images.
Mm-hmm.
It was also a little bit like that. It was very strange for us, and it was everywhere in New York, but also in Poland and in Belgium. You had this kind of, yeah, the cities were like that. They were empty, and so this is also kind of the reality. It's not an apocalypse, but the images we never, maybe, or I don't know, almost never experience them, but we know them a little bit from science fiction. But I think it's important to go like to this uncovering.
But but from the other hand, it was like the first feeling that I had, because I spent a lot of the lockdown in a small village, and we had to come to Warsaw, and the first, you know, thing that I had was this is like in a apocalyptic movie, and this is a cliche, right? I completely understand that, but I think it was in a way the same for many people, because the only connection that you can find sometimes is like it's us in the movie. So I know that doesn't sound very, you know, unique, but in a way it's real for me. It's honest.
I like the idea of having a translation of apocalypse, like not to continue to work with this, although it was real, but like to change it, also to have like a better image, and not to have to, yeah, I don't know, to have another level. or to have a more unique work. And this is, our work will be, can be, or one thing that is maybe a little bit different from the other teams also, is our video. So I mean, yeah, I'm still not there. I mean, also not here at the meeting now. I try to change my mind, but I mean, like, change, because I'm so tired, that's all. And but I think what you said, for how you see the film, that can help us a lot, like to for me at least, also to go away from this apocalypse, actually. But
Yeah,
how?
sure. We don't have. Yeah, yeah. It's the
I mean,
apocalypse. Yeah, was because you're thinking about it because there was somewhere in the middle of my notes. We can totally like erase it, or like we do not have to use that word, or but this is just the notes. We can go only with the image in the video. We don't have to use words. But also I was because about the image and the visual side, because so I was thinking about this small, I don't know, dots or like the squares, something on a black screen, something very similar to the Zoom app, and with this with like two sides to show this connection of two things. But also then I was thinking about, but that may sound impossible to make now, to make a web page that has links, or like that is more immersive, with also maybe the same thing but also with words, but not maybe just like words like in a movie that they like go on down on a like this, like a line, but maybe in space. I don't know, somehow I see it like a big screen, white or black, with small videos showing up and closing and going further away, and then words or links showing as well, maybe active links that you can click on. I like the idea of fragments, and I think that was a very good observation of John, that about us, that we both work with found objects, different kinds. So maybe that's the idea of making like elements in space, more than having one solid. Because what I was talking about yesterday, I'm all the time during our meetings and thinking about this project, I was thinking about making like a solid work. I mean, not like solid like physical piece, but more like that we at some moment we will have like a solid idea, like something really that we can hold on to, but still we don't have that. And that's why it was very liberating for me yesterday to not stop thinking about it like one finished one thing that we will agree on, and but more think about it like a collection of fragments or elements. And you also work with collections, right? And then I usually, even if when I make furniture or sculptures, I always make it as a collection. I cannot think about a separate thing. It doesn't important for me if it's just one thing. I always imagine a space. I always start from a space, and then I see these objects in relations in space. One object is not that much important for me. The whole image is important.
Yeah, we can do it that way. We can, like, if you say fragments, like for example, my films are like a little bit like fragmented films. People call it like collage, but it's also fragmented. But we can also, if we make a film with our own Zoom footage, we can also try to add things that we found.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it can also be the animals or something completely different, or that also comes there. I don't know. We can see, or how we can
Yeah, I was thinking
combine.
about that as well, to maybe add some links from the discussions that illustrates the discussion. But then I was thinking maybe it's not necessary, maybe the words, we can use words, and maybe, because I think a lot of people already seen them, the animals, and the
Yeah.
news. But then I was thinking maybe we can record more content, but a different way. Maybe that can be like fragments of the body, more like using the Zoom camera and computer screen, but like like playing with it more. Maybe this can be more like symbolic gestures, or I don't know. Maybe this is more important. I mean, interesting, and can say more in gesture with body, because it's so alienated, the body, when we meet through Zoom. It's excluded somehow, so maybe we can try to include that as well, that aspect of physicality, which is so excluded during the pandemic as well, and now when it's the second wave of the pandemic, and yeah, still we cannot touch and so on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. I have two things to add here. Like, one is for the animals. I didn't want to say that you had like that we had to add like a picture of the animals, like I don't know, a picture of Venice or something.
Mm-hmm.
It can also be a sound of the animal, some like that comes and
Mm-hmm.
goes away, maybe, or it can be different. Also, don't have to be the animals, but things that we were discussing, we can
Yeah.
bring it in, like in maybe a not obvious way, more than the obvious that everyone already has seen before.
Yeah.
And then for the body, I totally agree. This is actually also one of my words that I would add or write down, because I was a good point also, the link with the body and the pandemic, and how we, like, I remember that one of our doctors on television said, or I don't know if it, or maybe it was a journalist, I don't know, who said like, okay, like we will never shake hands anymore.
Yeah.
And for me it was like, of course we will. We will not do it now because we can't do it, because we need to be careful. But then we will do it again. But it's still, but when, I mean, it's also a change of mentality at the end. I don't know if people will or not adapt to this, or is it easy or not to adapt to this. Or like in the beginning of the lockdown, it was even maybe not the beginning, but quite in the beginning, while on television was all the time, you have to wash hands, you can't shake hands, all the time. When I watched the movie and they were shaking hands, I was like, no, this is forbidden, you can't do this. I really had like, no, because you were all the time trying to make the rules yours. And so it was, and like also like, yeah, it was very strange to see this. So I was also wondering, like, will something happen with our body? I mean, will we change our behavior, our body, and with like the connection with others? Will there be a change on the long run or not? Probably not when it will be over soon, but if it will take some time, then I don't know. Also for children who are growing up and they see all the time that you can't shake hands anymore, or not with strangers. And then there is this word again, also strangers. Yeah, so I think this is important to have the body in the movie. It can be, of course, like with this, or that you want to give a hand, or I don't know, but it can, yeah, we have to think about it. That's a good thing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's quite easy to make as well, I think, to record like these fragments, and it can be fun, like to experiment with the laptop that I have, for example, camera.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and yeah, I like the idea of yeah, the fragments of our conversation, but maybe not 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 taken from the conversation. Like, wait, maybe we can record as well some only words or only faces, and only the images of ourselves, maybe like in different relation to each other, like not like we're like sitting now. Maybe we can just like make it like, let's try do everything else that it's possible with this camera in relation to the other person on the square beside you, everything else than the frontal, that we always see everywhere now, because every news everywhere, people are connected through Zoom or stuff like that, Skype, and they don't, like in television, they don't invite people to the studio. So this
Mm-hmm.
is everywhere. But maybe we can, like, try to change it somehow, use it other ways with the body, and like involve with the computer, with body, and the connection also your body with the computer or phone. Maybe it's also interesting to try to do it with phone. I don't know, it's more like abstract, more like choreographic and graphic choreographic way than talking. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe then we can use the layers of words, and just maybe sentences taken from our previous conversations, just like words running through the screen in different parts, maybe on the screen. I don't know, maybe this like videographic way, it's enough, showing also like the connection between two screens, like our connection during our conversations, and showing different emotions and different opinions as well that we had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I also saw that you have this where is it? You have this different background, but I don't know
What do you mean, different background?
that you can change your background.
Ah, right.
But
Where is it?
I was trying to see if they have just black or something, that you could only see our body, like our hands when we do, and everything is black, but I don't have it. I see. So I don't know. Cancel. Yeah, anyway. Okay, but I don't know, how do you see actually, like, the process? How will we start everything, like like we schedule some moments to have some recordings, and then we play a little bit also, I don't know.
I think it's good to start because now we both have every recording. I think you sent me the last two recordings that you recorded, and I sent you links. So we can try to choose fragments or as video recordings or as sound maybe only, or maybe transcripted into written language. These are three ways.
Mm-hmm.
um, Maybe we can, like, when we have sound, I know that you were recording sound as well, maybe we can like play to this sound, with the on the screen. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know, like make it a screenplay, the talking, our conversation, the parts of it. We can for example, that each one of us will cut hair fragments from the conversations in a chosen medium. It may be video, sound, or written language,
Mm-hmm.
like words. Mm, and then we can make it a collage from this and put it in and think how to arrange it, what to include, maybe what to not include, or maybe include everything. Yeah, and I think then we can have fun with when we have a base, this screenplay, then we can have fun with the camera and the video and recordings. And after that, we can also play with, because we will gonna have recorded on a gallery view or on a speaker view, but then we can play with post-production, with addition with the video to make it different, like not like gallery view or speaker view, but maybe smaller screen, maybe in different places on the screen, going on and off. I don't know. This is just one possibility that I'm,
Mm-hmm.
talking about now.
Yeah, that's fine to start with. Mm-hmm. So we start with looking at the footage and see what we want to remain to keep for the film.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and maybe if we'll have time, maybe we can edit it. Like, I mean, just cut, and not to then look for fragments in the whole video, but cut into fragments in video, a software or audio, and then share as fragments already.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just to give it a form, and if one of us chooses written language, we can then write it in a PDF or whatever, just to have the pieces of the puzzle in different mediums.
Mm-hmm.
I think I will include as well this graph that I showed you,
Mm-hmm.
that I made today. Maybe that will be useful as well.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't have more inspiration now. But
Okay.
it's okay. We can start to do something now, more concrete, or like, how was it said? Like, no, you are already there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have time at all today. All the weekend I'm busy, and Monday have huge shipping to US, my latest work, and but I would love to start. Maybe I will have like 15 minutes now to start editing the video, because just to show you during another meeting what I was talking about, because it's always better just to make it and then show than talk about it. So I will try to make a small sample maybe of a video that how I see it.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah, okay. You will do this now.
Yeah, I guess when we finish, I have like still like 15-20 minutes till my sister is coming from Berlin, so I have to have
Yeah.
some time reserved for her, because she will be here only like 2 days, and I haven't seen her in few months. So yeah.
Okay. Now you can do that, and then you can send me, and I will try to work on it, to think of, to reflect on it, like the coming days.
Okay, if I'll succeed in making anything,
yeah,
yeah,
even if
then
you don't finish anything, just send what you have, of course, and
yeah, sure. Okay, let's start sharing stuff via email. If you have anything like your collection of words, maybe for start, important, like, you know, topics, or some other medium and this fragments of videos, please share them as well, and we will exchange.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we will work on that, and only when we have something, then we meet.
Yeah.
What do you say for that? Okay?
But when we have something, it's also good to meet, because once we meet, then it can grow, or if it's not good, then we throw it away, or you know, things like that.
Yeah, so, sure, but I mean to not to meet when we don't have anything.
Yeah.
First make something, maybe even a small thing, and then we should meet after that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I agree. Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, so we'll be in touch via email now.
Yes. And have a nice evening also with your sister.
Thank you so much, and some rest to you. Yeah.
I hope. Okay. So see you soon then.